is a gift from God. What you put into your body, is because of your relationship with your body and your God.
You should see the.
I don't have that right.
Oh, hold on.
Government does not have.
Why do you think that you have the right to silence me?
I always said that I don't want to be heard, I want to be felt. I don't want to make my mark, I want to make my dent.
I didn't realize at the time that I was actually one of the biggest activists and largest organizers of white nationalism and alt-right in the United States.
They are what is considered by most people sort of your button-up white supremacists, your suit and tie Nazis.
Arguably what they spew, while it's hateful and deplorable, is political speech, and so therefore it's protected under the Constitution.
Pat, why are you letting the fascists down here? You've got us blocked off, but you're letting the fascists come and harass us? We want them out of here now, damn it, or we're coming over the fucking barrier!
I can't walk in fear, and we don't walk in fear, you know, and I thank God for that.
Honestly, I wanted to make sure that when I left this earth, there would be something left behind that was worth a damn. Hello, everybody. Everybody, how you be? We got things a little bit cleaner than last week that time.
Good work, Daryle.
Ah, boy, good to see y'all. We are going to have a little bit of a. It's going to be a show. We got some things that we wanted to talk about that we decided to just talk about on the fly because that's how things go in this day and age. But right quick, I wanted to just already said hello and everybody. I'm Daryle Lamont Jenkins, and all right, and we are, and this is Antifascism O.G. I mean, not so much because we're OGs and all of this, but because we have to have that OG mentality if we're going to keep going forward with all of the stuff that we're dealing with this day and age. And that can be hardcore if you really think about it. So, and that's what we got to be, is hardcore.
For people to know that there's been people out here fighting this for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
I think you were out there woke and fighting before I was, Daryle, but I know it's been 15 years now that I've been out trying to tell people the fascists are going to take over. They're in our state parks. They're here. They're there. And if they'd only listen to us.
Truly. I mean, think about it. I mean, I was always interested in all of it when I was a kid, but I really started getting active while I was, or at least somewhat active, when I was in the Air Force in '87. And to give you an idea of what that looked like, I was a cop when I was in the military. I didn't have any political process at all. I mean, I was getting it in real time. And I mean, between you got to figure out that my first praxis when it came to what it is I was going to be doing in the future. I mean, yeah, you had the civil rights movement as a historical thing, but I was listening to folks like Dick Gregory, reading his books. I was listening to Whoopi Goldberg, because she was saying some crazy stuff that was that I was interested in back then. But it was when I went to, and I always talk about this. A concert in 1988, Hampton Coliseum, right outside my base. The list was the lineup. It was called the Run's House tour. It was Run DMC. It was their show, but it was their opening acts that were hardcore. I mean, really hardcore. It was like Stetsasonic, and then EPMD. Right after them, no one really knew them at the time. Public Enemy. And I mean, they was putting up their banner, and I know only thing I remember is I just hearing people going, "Oh, who are they? Who's Public Enemy?" And everybody was like, "Oh, they alright." They blew the roof off the place, and we was like, "Oh, so we're talking about this now." Remember, I'm in the military, so what they're talking about on stage was like, "Uh-oh, I am in the wrong spot." And by that, I meant in the military. So, and then of course, I don't want to leave out Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince, because they came after, and then Run DMC. But that was that was when it started saying, okay, I have got to get out of this now. 6 months later, I got kicked out. So, and it's so funny too, because on that day, it's so funny because there's a Nazi, Paul Miller. He calls himself Gypsy Crusader. He's a troll online, and he lives only probably maybe a half a mile away from where I'm at right now. He was born on that day. He was born on that day. So yeah, I've been here for a while. And I hope to be here for a little while longer. So quite a while longer. Yeah. So there's and what's going on today, and what we just found out about what's happening in Georgia right now. It really means that we have to. So if we was just talking about this before we logged in, and it's, we've been seeing ICE going after everybody, or not everybody. Let's just be real. Been spending pretty much the summer seeing their raids and them just causing all kinds of havoc to not just the immigrants here in this country, but also to the businesses that are that they work at. And this time it was Hyundai. And it was a facility in Georgia. If Beth, you wanted to take it up from here, you got it up.
Sure. From what I've been at a spay neuter clinic all day, so just come in and was kind of trying to catch up on the news. But from what I'm seeing, reading Blue Sky, it seems like I think it was over 400 people they arrested, and yes. The chatter online is that a lot of these guys, I saw an immigration attorney who was speaking about two of his clients. They're South Korean businessmen who were here on a visa that allows people to travel for work. And I think we see, like beyond just the targeting of different groups of people, they're destroying the economy. I mean, that's what this fascism is doing. Nobody wants to have anything to do with the United States. South Korea, are they going to want to send people here to build businesses to work anymore when this is what's happening to their citizens? I saw protests were breaking out in South Korea against the United States. South Korea protesting the United States. Like, who would have seen that timeline?
I'm gonna show, and of course, Trump has something to say about it that I'm about to play right now for people.
And I would say that they were illegal aliens, and ICE was just doing its job. But I know nothing about the instance. It happened a little while ago. Okay?
There has been some pushback on that, though, from South Korea already. And of course, they pledged to invest $150 billion in the U.S. when they were just here, last week. Are you concerned?
Well, and they have the right to sell cars and things in our country. It's not like a one-sided deal.
Are you concerned at all about your immigration agenda potentially clashing with these economic goals?
Well, we want to get along with other countries, and we want to have a great, stable workforce. And we had, as I understand it, a lot of illegal aliens, some not the best of people, but we had a lot of illegal aliens working there. So, look, they're doing their job. That's what they have to do. These are people that came through with Biden. They came through illegally. They came into our country, so we have to do our job. Mr. President.
Now, bear with us too, because we can't hear it on OBS, or rather on the screen. So there's going to be a little bit of a delay, so we can hear it. And now we heard it, so it's twisted. It's twisted, but then again, he's twisted. It's like we're not just dealing with that. We forgot. We should also talk about the fact that they bombed a Venezuelan boat and killed 11 people. They said they were part of the cartels, and we don't know that.
If they were part of the cartels, if they were transporting drugs, that's not an executable offense under U.S. law. I mean, that's not the punishment for selling drugs. And the change today from the Defense Department to the War Department, wasn't Trump going to be the anti-war president?
Yeah, he was. But I mean, he was supposed to. That's what they called him in the first term and all of that. But you know what? There's a lot of things that he should have been at that he said he was going to be, and the only thing that he has really been true to is the dictator part.
And the fascist.
Yes. Well, he never said he was going to be a fascist. He just ends up being one. But he did say he was going to be a dictator. And and for those who don't know what we're talking about when it comes to Venezuela, out in the Caribbean Sea, there was 11, they say, drug traffickers. We don't know that because
they didn't get a trial.
Yep, we don't know that. And they were and the vessel that they was on, the ship that they was on, was just destroyed. Now, I am really interested to see. You know, there's there is going to be there's a song by there's gonna be a never mind the song, but something's got to give. Well, yeah, that's Agnostic Front. So, but something's got to give. And
he was clearly showing Venezuela we're not afraid to attack your country too. I mean, it was a threat to the Venezuelan government.
Right, and it's an easy target when you consider that this country considers them to be authoritarian. So basically, they are being. It's a nice little change of pace. However, let me make it clear by saying I do not condone it, but it's interesting that now he's going after using the military against other countries, but he shouldn't have. He still should not have. But the problem is, the other problem is that he's basically been using the military against other Americans in this land. I mean, and it was something that, for what she's worth, Kamala Harris said he was going to do. And everybody laughed at him. And now...
DC, LA, now there's Chicago. He's talking about New Orleans, Baltimore.
Yeah. I'm sorry, my mother is calling me, but I'll have to talk to her later. By the way, while we're talking about my mother, she is in that documentary. What was that? I missed that.
I said, if you need to check on your mom, I can go out on a history tangent for a second.
Oh no, I'm fine. I know. I know why she's calling,
Okay.
But no. What I was gonna say is that there's this documentary. You saw the trailer for it before we started. She's in it. She's the one that gave it the title. So
and she was amazing in that documentary.
Yeah, and I love my mother, so I'm kind of like partial. So yes, she was. She was at the when she went to she was on stage for the premiere, and out of all of us, she said something to the remember the premiere was at Villanova, because it was put together the documentary was produced by Villanova students, and she was talking to the students. She's an old teacher, and she got applause. She got applause, and she was oblivious to the fact that they was applauding her until my sister, who's also sitting on the stage, pointed out that they're applauding you. I said, really? Why? She loves to talk to people. She likes to educate. She likes to teach people, and she's a minister. So that's what I grew up with, between my mother and my father, who was a teacher and a counselor. So yeah, she's in the documentary, and so am I, by the way. And you can watch it on here, but you have to be a subscriber. You have to be a subscriber, and it doesn't cost much to be a subscriber, but do it to it like you could.
It's definitely worth it. I got to watch it for the first time a couple of weeks ago, and it was so well done. Yeah,
it really was. It really was done good. I love it. But anyway, we was I didn't want to go off on a tangent because I wanted to also point out talk about the other thing that's going on. But no, we was talking about the fact that, you know, it's only a matter of time before something gives, like I said. And what it's going to look like depends on how we deal with things now. I mean, are we going to start pushing back with more than just protests? In a couple of months, we're going to see elections in Jersey for governor. We got Virginia governor. Whatever's going to happen in California with the redistricting vote, I believe Minneapolis also has a vote election for mayor, and people are looking at possibly the first Somali mayor, and of course, needless to say, the fascists on not just the Republican side, but the Democrats as well. We got some of them are all trying to stop that from happening, but not as much as they're trying to stop Mandami in New York City. They're failing miserably, but it looks like he's going to be the next mayor. For those who don't know, he's a Muslim socialist, democratic socialist, and
Bernie Sanders.
yeah, and Trump is trying to get in there somehow to mess with things, as he always does. But so it's going to be interesting how we as people deal with those situations, and what we do in November this year is going to speak to how we do things next next year. But we shouldn't be waiting for votes. I mean, we should not be waiting for elections to do things. We have to do things now. We're dying now. And we're really going to see concerns in places like Florida, who decided that they're not going to have mandatory vaccines anymore. And
You can send kid to school totally unvaccinated to infect everybody else.
it's just like everything seems to be crazy when it comes to Florida. I know that's supposed to be a regular thing, but when people are dying, and when people are getting sick, that's another situation where we're going to have to do something. But instead, they have elected officials that are talking out of their ass. One being their Surgeon General, and I'm gonna play this. I'm just gonna play this.
But what I'm most excited about is an announcement that we're going to make, that we're making now, which is that the Florida Department of Health, in partnership with the governor, is going to be working to end all vaccine mandates in Florida law. All of them. All of them. All of them. Every last one of them. Yeah. Yeah. Every last one of them. All of them. Every last one of them. Every last one of them is wrong and drips with disdain and slavery. Okay? Who am I as a government, or anyone else, or who am I as a man standing here now to tell you what you should put in your body? Who am I to tell you what your child should put in your body? I don't have that right. Your body is a gift from God. What you put into your body is because of your relationship with your body and your God. I don't have that right. Government does not have that right. They want you to believe they have that right. And unfortunately, they've been successful. They've been successful. What you put into your body is because of...
Now, we can't gloss over the fact that he just compared vaccines to slavery. That's just like back during the pandemic, some German woman who was against the vaccines then was comparing herself to Sophie Scholl, and got laughed off the podium in tears when she said that. This guy, I would like to see that happen to this guy, except I don't think he has that kind of shame. I mean, slavery did nothing for anybody. Vaccines do. Especially the ones, and they're not just talking about the COVID vaccination.
Let me tell you a story about how crazy this anti-vaxxer stuff has gotten.
Oh boy.
So I do low-cost spay neuter clinics. I'm a volunteer that helps organize those in rural Kentucky because we have an overpopulation of dogs and cats, and that's because people can't afford to spay neuter their dogs and cats. One of the requirements if you bring your dog or cat to my clinic is it's state law, and it's also a requirement that we're going to enforce. We're going to vaccinate your dog or cat for rabies. Had a client come in, didn't want the rabies vaccine for his cats, and it starts to tell me they can't even prove rabies exists. Now, this seemed like a middle-class, intelligent person, but they can't even prove rabies exists. I don't want to do this to my cats. And I just stopped him. I was like, listen, this is not the place for your anti-vax nonsense. RFK doesn't run this clinic, I do. And if you want evidence that rabies exists, read the history about the horrific deaths to both humans and animals that existed before the rabies vaccine, before y'all erase all that history you want to erase. I said, we can fix your cats and we can vaccinate them, or you can go somewhere else and pay a couple $1,000s. He decided to stay and get his cats vaccinated.
Excellent. I'm glad in his case a cooler head
rabies
prevailed.
Vaccine is even in the target, though. The rabies vaccine.
I mean, it's ridiculous because, especially when it comes to RFK, because I looked at I was watching the hearing, and he sounded like an idiot. But who doesn't when you're talking about the Trump administration? Yeah. But this is what I'm talking about. Something's got to give, because we're not going to survive as a society if we keep allowing people that we know are completely wrong, who themselves know that they're absolutely wrong. Let's be real. That's why they never show any proof of their psychosis.
And all of this is so intricately connected to racism. And I don't know that I can articulate exactly what was said, but I was in a forum where there were some indigenous people speaking about how healthcare cuts are going to affect different indigenous nations, and the taking away of vaccines, and connecting that back to indigenous history of how the colonizers killed so many indigenous people with these diseases that we now have vaccines for, but now we're taking the vaccines away, and there just seems to be some historical horror in that. Now they're cutting the healthcare to prevent the access to vaccines which diseases killed so many of our people.
I think one of the things that we have to focus on in particular is the fact that everything that is being done right now is something that Steve Bannon called for. I mean, basically dismantling. I guess he is saying to dismantle the United States. He is saying that, or at least the structure of the United States. So this is where all of it's coming from, and a lot of it's really they don't give us any proof because they don't think they need to. I mean, they don't care about it.
They don't care if the vast majority of us survive or not.
Right, exactly. I mean, they talk about how they love America. What do they love about it? I mean, they fight 3/4 of the country. They want to have a civil war. We got more people, more troops in the United States active than they are outside. They keep talking about succession. We are not dealing with people who want this country. And on our side, let's be fair, we don't really want it either. But by the same token, and it's something.
The parts they are dismantling are the parts that have supported the people.
Right.
And you're building up that infrastructure that's kept the 1% powerful and oppressive, I think.
Yeah, and when you look at who is really defending Trump, never mind the fascists. It's the Musk. It's Bannon. Yeah, because he's a millionaire too. It's the tech bros and everybody. I mean, they're the ones who are making the money. Tina, really? Peter Thiel.
Scary dude. Scary.
Yeah, who went on in 2016 when he spoke at the Republican convention, and this is a guy who says he doesn't believe in democracy.
And you know what's so hypocritically ironic is we have these South African immigrants creating policy that's anti-immigrant. Like, they're not native-born Americans.
Exactly. I mean, and it's ironic because they're over there talking about. I mean, when you hear the fascists on the right talk about, they want to have a new law or an amendment that says we will not allow people who are not from this country to work to be elected in this to office, and one, it will knock out a number of them, but they're scared. They're scared.
And they're all married to immigrants.
Mm-hmm. And my feeling is, I think that, like I said, as I keep saying today, something's got to give. We are going to do something. What we are trying not to do, I think, when it comes to the general public, is to do something that will cause us harm. I mean, people are worried about the fact that the only response that we have will cause us a lot of pain and a lot of death. I mean, I remember talking to a reporter, and a couple of years ago, in 2020, I think it definitely was 2020, and he asked me, "Do I think that things will get better?" And I said, will we prevail? Will we win? And I said, yes, we'll prevail. I lament the cost, because we're at the point now where they don't care how unpopular their ideas are. They don't need to. They're just going to do whatever it is they want to do. And the only thing that we can hope for is that whatever it is they do doesn't hurt us, but hurt us directly, like in our front yard or whatever, but we shouldn't be waiting for that. We need to stop them now, not wait for the next vote, because they're doing everything they can to make sure that doesn't work. We got to stop them now. And the only way that happens, is when we get in the streets, we get in their face, chase them away from everything that we care about. It's like one of the things, and I got away from the point I was going to make, but one thing for sure, there is no the whole thing about succession and what they prefer to call national divorce or something like that. First of all, what's her name? Margie Green, Taylor Green. She said that. Now, she said that while Biden was president. He should have. You want to talk about executive orders? he should have kicked her out of office right then and there. She took an oath to to uphold this Constitution, and now she wants to call for succession as a sitting Congressperson. She should have been bounced out. She should have been bounced out. She still should be bounced out. We don't have to wait till the next vote. So I mean, yes.
I think one thing too, it's personal interactions are really important. One example is last Saturday, my mom, let these people know there's not a solid agreement with this horrible stuff that's happening. My mom and I happened to be in this shop, and we were gonna buy quite a bit of stuff. It was this little flower shop, craft shop, and this woman who had been talking to us the whole time we were in the shop, she starts with this stuff about they're rounding up all these immigrants. Isn't it great? They're getting them out of here. So Mom and I, we put our stuff down and we said goodbye, and we walked out. It made it very clear while we were leaving our shop, and I think those things are very important.
Yeah.
Because I think right now these people think the whole country is with them, especially white people with privilege. We need to be saying no. That was really important. She thought she could say that to us because we looked like her, and the look on her face when we put our stuff down and walked out. I think those things are
I mean, people need to see more of that. People need to see more of that. Next week, because I also want to make sure that we are going to have to be a little bit more aggressive in dealing with these characters. That is going to mean, however, that some of us are going to feel it in the biggest way, and hopefully everything will go well. And I don't want to say who was going to be on the show. It's going to be a recorded interview, but I want to make sure that everything goes good. And I don't want to drop. I don't want to leave. The cat out the bag just yet, because it also could cause us to lose the interview. You will know. I would know on Wednesday when if everything's going to be going the way I hope it will. So
and if we do that, we'll drop the recording at our regular live time. Is that what you're thinking now?
Yeah, at 5:30. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be it's probably going to be about 10 minutes of the show or something like that. I don't know, maybe even longer. We'll see how things go. But there is somebody that I want to introduce everybody to. I've mentioned them on the show a couple of times, but hopefully everything will work out fine. I'm not going to put out any more hints than I just did. Yeah. In the meantime, I think it's about that time. Because it's 6 o'clock. It's 6:11 on my time over here, so I know you got to get going.
I got to get to the soccer field.
And so I'm gonna leave you to do that, and I got to take care of a few things myself. I still want to ask everybody if they can just keep on keeping on when it comes to the donations and all of that. We just got $100 check today, so I'm happy about that. We really are just looking maybe it's 3,100 now. I was gonna say 3,200, but yeah, 3,200. That's what we're looking for, and I'm gonna put that if you go to this, if you go to GoFundMe here, you can donate however. Gotta show some love to Torch Network. Bill. Now that was definitely the stroke. Beth. Bill. Do you know about what happened?
I saw a little bit of it happening online, Daryle, but it was like last week was chaos. So tell me.
Okay.
I've got pieces.
All right. Torch crew out of California was going down a hiking trail and saw this slab with white power something on there, of concrete, and they dug it up. It was one of the White Lives Matter crowd that did it. So they put it. So they dug it up, and took a picture of it, and they said to everybody, "Look, if you give $500 to the GoFundMe page of One People's Project, they will videotape." They wanted to get the fundraiser up to $1,750. And they said if it gets up to that, we will smash this up on video. One donation of $500 came up, and then there was more donations, so we actually have $1,850.
Beautiful. I love it.
And I think, by the way, incidentally, I think that's costing me my Instagram, my personal Instagram account, because I'm suspended. I'm thinking because I showed pictures of that.
Of them smashing a brick.
No, they didn't. They didn't do the video yet, and you will see the video. We will see the video, but you can see the go to Ida Vox's Blue Sky, and you'll be able to see the pictures and everything of the slab. I think the pictures of the slab is what's threatening my IG right now. I don't think I'm going to be on IG that much longer. I'm talking to them right now. I mean, they've been causing me drop off, and they know. And I'm just going to talk to people, see whether or not I can save my it. But if not, hey, that's why we have our own websites. We have 3. One People's Project, and this is why. And this is also, by the way, everybody's always complaining about their from time to time of how social media censors everybody and kills their accounts when they say just the slightest wrong thing. Start your own sites. Start your own website sites. We had them when we started the internet. Don't keep looking. If you're going to say things that are going to be, and you're going to be, well, you can't even say if you are going to say, because sometimes you could just say something that just comes out of left field.
But literally, you have Meta okay with white power,
but not when you're against it.
Right. I mean, like, and I had been like the Facebook person. I was all over Facebook, and right after the inauguration, I was just like, I gotta turn this off. And it's been good for me. It was hard. I'm still there, like, because of some, like, things I have to be there for, but I haven't posted. I don't really interact with it. I do a lot of Blue Sky. I'm getting into Discord, like, my community's on Discord. And part of it is, like, should I be there, though? Like, trying to talk to people and, like, correct, just flat out disinformation, but are they going to listen anyway at this point? I don't know.
Well, the truth of the matter is we got to go reach them out, and the only way we know if they're listening is if we're talking. So,
that's right.
And that's why we're going to be here. That's why we're going to be here, and we're going to be here next week. And until then, because we are running a little late, don't want to. I'm going to play that trailer again before we get out of here. So take care, y'all. Peace out. And 5:30 Eastern time next week. We'll see you then. Peace.
Why do you think that you have the right to silence me?
I always said that I don't want to be heard. I want to be.
All right. I will see you. I'll talk to you soon, Daryle.
All right. Take care.
Hey, when you get a chance, send me that mailing address for donations to send checks.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I will. Yeah, it's actually on the website, but I'll shoot it out. Okay.
All right. See ya.
Peace. Okay, yeah, I will. Yeah, it's actually on the website, but I'll shoot it out.
All right. See ya.
Very. I guess you guys heard the conversation of me and Beth was just having. Yes, you can mail checks if you want to. The address will be P.O. Box. Okay, so if you want to send P.O. Send it to One People's Project, P.O. Box 3151. I'm sorry, 3151, New Brunswick, New Jersey 08903. Once again, that's One People's Project, P.O. Box 3151, New Brunswick, New Jersey 08903. I fucked up that damn. Anyway, yeah, that's the address. All right, take care. I'm out of here. Bye.